Hi and welcome to my match preview. Arsenal taking on Liverpool this Sunday. Honestly, I'm nervous going into this game. As I said in my previous video when we took on Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League midweek, our performance wasn't great. So going off the basis of that, and obviously where we've seemed to have added some more players to our injury list going into this weekend, it's not looking promising for us. But yeah, I'm going to talk all about that in a moment. But before I carry on with this video, please, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to my channel. It goes a long way in helping this channel grow. Most importantly, don't forget to hit that like button and sharing it as well. I appreciate that. But yeah, let me get straight into it. Arsenal versus Liverpool. When we look at this fixture, obviously going into this fixture, it's fair to say that Liverpool seems to be the stronger team going into this weekend fixture. They've been playing well. They've only lost one Premier League game, just like us as well. However, it looks like their performances seems to be a lot better than ours. Obviously, they won last weekend against Chelsea, and we obviously lost 2-0 against Bournemouth. So off of that basis, it's fair to say that they are stronger going into this game. They've hardly got any injuries going into these games, whereas we have a list of important players going into this game. And honestly speaking, for the first time in a long time, I'm actually quite nervous and I'm less confident. As you guys already know, William Saliba would not be playing in this game. He got sent off against Bournemouth. Obviously, it was subjective in my opinion, but ultimately the right decision was made. But as I said in my previous video, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. In my match reaction in regards to the Bournemouth game, I did say it was subjective. And I believe the on-field decision should have stood, considering that the referee obviously had clear sight of vision and it wasn't obstructed. However, VAR intervened. Obviously, the referee was sent to the screen and he changed his mind and decided to issue a red card instead of a yellow. As I said, I do believe it was the right decision in the end, but we move. So one of our most important players, if not in the starting 11, but in the back line, William Saliba would not be available for this game. So what does that mean going into this game? What does it look like for our back four? Considering in terms of our injury list, Calafiori also would not be available. There are still question marks in regards to Yuri Timber and also Ben White. The likelihood is Ben White will start. He played 45 minutes against Shakhtar. He came off at halftime. I don't know if it was a case of one eye on the game this weekend, or was it because he got a yellow card in that game? So Arteta didn't really want to take any risk, or is it because of his injury record recently? We don't know. However, it seems like Ben White will be available for the Liverpool game. So how does it look for our backline going into this game? I will give you my predicted starting lineup shortly, but our injury list seems to keep growing and growing. There are still question marks in regards to Bukayo Saka. Martin Odegaard doesn't look like he's going to be back anytime soon. We've got Zini is back, seems to be, but it's like a third choice literally right now. Tomiyasu is still injured. Yeah, and there's probably a little bit more players that I'm forgetting at the moment. But the fact of the matter is we don't have a fully fit squad like we did maybe like a month ago. And it is concerning. It's concerning times for Arsenal, and we're not playing great football at the moment. I was there at the Shakhtar game midweek. We didn't look like we were really on it. We looked tired. We looked lackluster. And yes, because of that, you can't help but think that there are concerns going into this weekend game against Liverpool, considering, like I said, Liverpool seems to be playing really, really well at the moment. So yeah, I am quite concerned going into this game, because as you look into this game in terms of the stats as well, we are conceding goals for fun. Honestly speaking, in the last couple of games, I can't remember the last time we kept a clean sheet in the Premier League. We've conceded 8 goals and scored only 15, whereas Liverpool have scored 15 and only conceded 3. So it's fair to say that their goal difference seems to be a lot better than ours. Their defensive line seems to be better than ours at this precise moment. And going into this game, we don't have Saliba as well. So as I said before, it's like it's prone for us to potentially concede more goals in this game. The only thing that's potentially going for us is the fact that we're playing at home. So I'm hoping the home crowd playing at home and that extra energy will give us the boost to get the result in this game. But personally, I think that we need to get a result in this game. We don't need to draw. We can't play for a draw. We have to play for a win. And it's been a long time since we lost against the traditional top 6 in the Premier League. So I'm hoping that this obviously carries on as well. So yeah, it's like, how do we actually play Liverpool? What is it that we need to do against Liverpool? In my opinion, Liverpool have not really reached the heights of when Jurgen Klopp was there. They're not really playing great, emphatic football. However, they are grinding the results. They're getting the results in a more professional, sort of calm manner, in my opinion. Watching Liverpool this season, it's not like Arne Slot has literally ripped up what Jurgen Klopp has been doing for the past 9 years. He literally came in and basically tweaked a few things, and he's not scared to either drop players, sub-important players during the game. Like last week, for example, he dropped Diaz, who has been performing quite well, but I'm assuming that's probably off the back of the international break, considering all the travelling he's been doing. And then you're playing people like Gakpo. He had a great game. He had a good game, but not the best that we've seen from Gakpo in the past. So, I mean, Salah is Salah. You can't literally... Salah is just Salah. So, yeah, that is my concern going into this game, because in the left back position, we would usually have Zinchenko against Salah, and we both know Salah has been smoking up Zinny in the past couple of years in this fixture, whether it's home or away, which is where we seem to have been conceding more goals when we play against Liverpool. And I believe that someone like a Jurrien Timber would have been perfect for this kind of game, or even a Calafiori, or even a Tomiyasu. But again, he's not also available. Tomiyasu's not available. Calafiori's not available. So, and Timber, there are question marks. So the question is, who do we play on the left back role? Do we go with Zinchenko? Do we go with Mas Lewis-Skelly, for example? He seems to be a good prospect at the moment. Whenever he's come on, he seems to have made some good strides in the games. You know, not really... I mean, he hasn't really got the experience under his belt yet, but he does look a really good prospect. And it seems that Arteta seems to have some trust in this player. He might be young, but we've had young players come into the Arsenal squad in the past. You know, people like Wilshere, who has obviously gone on to greater things, although we know his injury record in the past. But the point I'm trying to make is we shouldn't be scared to put in players like these into games like this. We have to give them some form of trust. You look at someone like a Man City, for example, and Pep has been playing Rico Lewis, for a while now, for a good couple of seasons, either in the left back row, and he obviously inverts into the midfield, or in the right back row, then inverts into the midfield. So I don't see the reason why we cannot go with Lewis-Skelly if Arteta doesn't really trust Zinchenko as much as he claims or has done in the past. So that goes to beg, do we start with Zinny or do we start with Lewis-Skelly? I mean, let's see how it goes. In terms of the midfield, again, who do we start with? Do we start with Trossard in the midfield alongside Thomas Partey and Declan Rice? Or is it a case of the Mourinho, Partey and Rice trio once again, which I personally didn't believe that it worked last week against Bournemouth. So I'll be very, very skeptical in starting that midfield three. I would be tempted to go with the back four, considering this is basically depending on who I think will be available. We're still waiting for the press conference from Arteta as of the time of recording this video. So for the back line, obviously Gabriel Magalhaes obviously starts in centre back. I personally would be tempted to move Ben White into the centre back role in replace of William Saliba. And if Timber is ready to start, he goes in the right back position. And I will be tempted to start my Lewis-Skelly on the left back. So that's basically my back four. There has been suggestions from other supporters online to start Partey in the right back position. And I believe by doing that, we are shooting ourselves in the foot when it comes to stability in the midfield area. I don't know if you guys have noticed, whenever Partey has played in a right back position, he's played well, don't get me wrong, but we seem to lose a bit of dynamic and a bit of strength in the midfield area because then, you know, as we know, Declan Rice then drops into the 6. But I personally believe that Declan Rice is better on that number 8 role, box-to-box midfielder. So I won't be tempted to put Partey on that right back. I'll be leaving him as a number 6. If Timber is available, slot him on the right, and then Martin Lewis-Skelly on the left. So brings me on to the midfield. So in terms of the midfield, as I already said, Partey number 6, Declan Rice number 8, and I will be tempted to start Nwaneri. Honestly, this boy looks hungry, he looks ready, and I think we need something different from Merino. He didn't really perform well, in my opinion, against Bournemouth or nor against Shakhtar when he came on at halftime. Honestly, the jury's still out when it comes to Merino. I'm not seeing what everybody sees in this player just yet. I'm not going to start criticizing him yet. I'm going to give him some time to warm up to the new ways of playing at Arsenal. But in this game, particularly for my predicted starting lineup, I'll be going with Nwaneri in that number 10 role. Let him perform. Give him the free rein to do what potentially Odegaard usually does. So that's what I'll be going with. And also in the terms of the front three, as I already said, Havertz starting at number 9 role up front. Then I'll be starting Martinelli on the left, and I will be tempted to start Sterling in this game. Obviously, he'll be playing against one of his old clubs in Liverpool, and I do think he's warming up to the way Arsenal are playing. There are still questions in regards to his finishing and his performances and his decision-making in the final third. But I do think there is a player in there. He's quite experienced. He's able to take on information in regards to the tactics. And also we need some experience on the field in regards to if we're going to be starting players like Nwaneri and also Lewis Skelly. So he can potentially guide them in that area. That is just my own personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below when it comes to the predicted starting lineup. So that is what I'll be going for. I mean, it might not look like the strongest lineup considering, but considering the players that we have available going into this game, I think that's one of the best things that we can do, because if you then look on the bench, you still got potentially Trossard to come on, Jesus to come on, Jorginho to come on, Merino to come on. So yeah, depending on how the game pans out and how the game is going, you still got those kind of players potentially that can come on and change the game and change the game dynamics. So that's what I would be going with in this game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. In regards to the predicted score, I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be quite cagey. I think Liverpool are going to not come out of the blocks and try to obviously put too much pressure on Arsenal. I think they're going to be quite conservative in their approach against Arsenal. Yes, we don't have William Saliba. That's pretty much one of our top players missing. But if Saka is not available, then yeah, potentially they might come out the blocks and attack that side of the field. And obviously, like I said, their right hand side, our left back. So that is literally one of our weak spots in this team, or probably in this game going forward. However, I do think Liverpool are going to be quite conservative in their approach. So it's up to us as Arsenal to basically come out the blocks and be more hungry to win this game, because I do believe we need to win this game. We are 4 points already behind Liverpool. I know it's still quite early in the season, 8 games gone. But however, if we go into this game not looking to win and we end up losing, then we would be 7 points already behind Liverpool after this weekend. And that is a long way to try. That's basically 2.5 games potentially to try and catch up. And when you're already playing catch up at this early stage of the season, it's not looking good. I know we have a lot of players missing, but that is not an excuse. Other teams do have injuries as well. So we can't keep making excuses in regards to our injuries list. We need to go out. We have players. That's why you have a squad. Use them. Play well. Go into this game with the intentions to win. And then if we do win, we go within a point back up against Liverpool. And obviously, if Man City wins, it is what it is. But at least we're not too far back in this game. So yeah, so that is my match preview. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below as per usual. Let me know what your predicted starting lineup will be. What is your predicted score going into this game? Mine is probably a KG 2-1 win to the Arsenal in regards to this game. Let me know in the comments if you agree. And as per usual, I will be speaking to you guys after the game on Sunday. And hopefully it will be an Arsenal win and we'll all be happy going into the new week. But yeah, if you're new around here, as per usual, smash that like button. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. It goes a long way in supporting me. And until the next video, I'll speak to you guys later. Take care.